Hey guys, it's me again, Igor, and I played around with some goHog yes this morning. Unfortunately, one of my replays you can see here, the replay is gone, so I only have two of the three that I played with, but they're all pretty much the same. And I kind of show you how to 3-star Town Hall 9. You can kind of notice my hogs are not max, so just goes to show you that sometimes the troop levels are less important than um, than the actual execution of a strategy itself. Obviously, I do bring max hogs in the CC. If you are a Town Hall 9 doing this, I would actually recommend you bring a max golem in the CC because you want a little bit more meat shield. So this is my troop comp. You can see in one of my attacks, I actually don't even use all 4 spells. I never act 5 spells, so just shows that Town Hall 9 fully capable of doing it. But you might want to tweak this composition around a little bit, but it works pretty well. Grab some whiz so that I get good impact. You will have to calculate for the fact that my heroes are obviously stronger than mine's, and you won't be able to take down as much, but for the most part, you'll notice that I'm just so far ahead of the base that even if you didn't take away as much, I have an extra spell, or I have, not hundreds, tens of hogs remaining to go ahead and do the cleanup. So let's go ahead and we'll take a look at what happens. So when you do a goHog, obviously you want to be aware of where double bombs may be. There seems to be 2 obvious locations here. One is here. They want you to path from one archer cannon or vice versa. And the other is here. So what you want to avoid is to take that walk across. You want to kind of surgically go and sprinkle your hogs so that they try to split away from that, or you can try to throw a couple hogs in there and detonate it, and just sacrifice a couple. What I do in this case, the queen is dead, so it doesn't really matter, is I'm going to send my golems in and try to trigger it with my heroes or my golem. And once I trigger that, then I really have only one spot left. I believe in this case, I actually didn't path it too well, but it really didn't matter. I had so many hogs, they were spread out throughout the base that even if I lost a set, I had enough. So you'll see if there was a hero here and this was a war base, just poorly designed, you would still attack up where I did because you need to get rid of that queen. No matter what, take care of the queen, and next best target is tower because they have splash. After that, rest again. It's not too big of a deal. I don't care too much about expos. I think they're somewhat overrated. They have great reach, which gives them a lot of damage, but since they only damage one item, your heal spells should get you through it. So let's take a look at what happens here. I spread my 2 golem out just to make sure I grab this black cannon's attention. I see a Tesla pop up there. I want to make sure my funnel is nice and wide, so I go ahead and drop that out. Once I know that I've got a target for the king and queen to latch onto, I drop them, so they start walking inwards as well. And so I'm going to let them do some damage. I don't want to drop my hogs persuaded to go into this area, and that's not something I want to happen. So we'll let them do the work. You see one bomb comes out, and I think when I activate the king, the other one will come because of a barb. But I don't care if I lose them too much. You know me, I have low-level barbs anyway. So the queen is hammering away, but look at how I'm deploying hogs. So I'm kind of just sprinkling them around the base, kind of like I would loons. Don't deploy them all into one because it's just plain not as efficient. Why defense when I can go after 3 or 4 at one time? So I'm just going to make this clockwise motion, you'll notice, throughout this, and reinforce as needed. As possible. You don't want to run out of steam at the end. Hogs they can take a zap from a whiz tower or 2 before you really need to consider placing in heal. Of course, you want to be considerate of where the double bomb as well. See, I start going around sprinkling a couple of defenses here that I need them to push inwards. So I'll drop a heal there, put a little reinforcement. But I'm going to keep coming around, and as these finish up, they'll start looping in to join the rest of my guys here. This is where my poor pathing will happen. It's going to walk right into it, but it's not that big of a deal. I'm not going to lose too many there because I've got them spread out over multiple defenses. So I've got my troops here. I had a couple coming from the north there, and from here on out, it's just clean up. Just very simple, rotating around the base. Oops, I want to go quick. Just make sure we have enough time for clean up. So not very complicated at all. Again, I only used 2 heal spells at my jump, so clearly there was a lot still, and you can see how many hogs I have left as I go around. We'll go even quick. Watch my max golem bang away the wall. So there you have it. 3 spells used, 35 hogs, 2 golem, 10 whiz. If you are at Town Hall 9, look how many hogs I had left over. Just strip 4 hogs off. Maybe don't worry too much about drawing the CC. If it is an easy CC, to rebalance around that. But I usually let the golem take the brunt of the force because I don't expect him to make it all the way through anyways. So it's a little bit different philosophy from like a go wipe or something like that. Let's take a look at the other. Let's see. This one. So again, it's a pretty tech base. Kind of sad that I can't find one where the queen is a little less exposed, but it gives you a kind of a war style base. Things are packed in the center. It's not an imbalanced base, So you can imagine seeing a base like this in war, maybe with the queen swap where like the dark elixir. But again, you got to take out the queen. If you're ever curious, just click on a queen, go to the info, and see how much damage they do. So they can kill you really quickly. Even if the queen is central, find out a plan to get it. So you might need to bring a couple wall breakers, break down a wall, place a jump spell to make sure you get to the core and draw the attention of the queen. But you got to take it out. If you don't take out the queen, it's going to be a lot of trouble. So here we go. I was just checking to see if the CC would draw anything. And you'll see, again, just let the queen lock onto my golem. I don't care too much about its hit points. It just needs to do its job. The whiz and start hammering at it and the barbarian king. And I jump to spread into these. This base in particular, not really any double bomb threat. Could have some here that doesn't path too well. Same thing here. But all in all, I'm not too afraid of the bombs in this base. So we're going in. Things are hammering away. Let it do a little bit of damage, and then I'll start hog deployment again. So here we go. I'm going counterclockwise this time. I'll take out a couple here, grab the cannon, and then I'll work my way around and start reinforcing here. So you notice I don't have to wait for the whole thing to finish. The expos are still grabbing attention to the golems and my king. They have great reach, though, like I said, I'm not too worried about them. It's always good to any by the hogs. But again, notice how I'm just sprinkling my hogs around the base. You don't have to do anything too fancy. Place to heal where there's heavy defenses. And I still have 3 heals, 2 if you're at Town Hall 9. And so here's another bomb. There's a double palm set. Doesn't path really well, and I bring in some hogs here at the end to go ahead and clean up the last quadrant. Just to be safe, pop out that last heal. But as you can see, I've got way more than enough hogs to go ahead and finish everything. And this base is wrecked. And I've got a minute for cleanup that I'll speed through again. So you can see I didn't use my poison. If the CC has the loons and drag, which tends to be quite common now, I would actually probably save the poison. Skeletons that might be in the raid. Otherwise, you can try bringing other spells as well, but haste doesn't really do much. Hogs are really fast. Quake with a new update when it comes could be useful because it could take 25% off an expo, which is quite a lot of damage. But poison is still a good uh, spell to have, especially if you don't know what's in the clan castle. So, hope that helps you guys a little bit. The two raids that I did. If you guys, I'm always happy to try new things. The next one I'll probably try is a queen walk. So we'll see if I have time to do that before my queen goes back down to bed. Good luck in war, guys, and hope this helps you guys.